Hello, hello. Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. So, I'm doing a reading for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Also for your cross watchers. Also for those of us who find ourselves on this channel without any Piscean anything. You're probably an empath and you're probably needing messages from your soul. Okay. So I asked what this reading was going to be about. I heard something. I heard something, and I'll put it on the screen. I'll put on the screen what I heard. A heart connection that blows your mind. So let me just go ahead and turn on my fan because it's already giving me hot flashes. Okay. Girl. Jade is asking, what about midheaven? I don't know, girl. I am astro illiterate. For some reason, my higher self keeps blocking my ability to learn anything astrological, anything at all. I worked with someone before who felt like quite possibly part of the reason why I struggle so much with learning anything astrology based is because I probably had it mastered in a previous life, and that would give me a very unfair advantage. Because right now, when I try and parse information for myself, because I'm a little overthinker, I can't do it with cards. Why? Because I'm an overthinker. However, if I retrieve my information about astrology, you can't overthink that. You either know it or you don't. So that would be too much. Sometimes I look at astrological charts and it's like right there. It's like literally right there, like, oh, and then it's gone. So that's fine. That's fine. I would probably use it to avoid specific situations and people. So they turned that part off. They turned that part of my memory off. That's okay. I get it. I get it. That's fine. Anywho, let's get started. Just going to pull from this deck. Anywho. All right. Here goes. Here goes. Alchemist. You have to tap into your inner bad beezy. It's time. You have to tap into your inner bad beezy and start being the alchemist of your life. You're unhappy about something, change it. If you want something different, change it. Put the work into yourself that you so generously put into other people. Okay? It's your turn now. It's your turn to thrive and have beautiful things happening for you. You're not listening to guidance. Ooh, Moonrock got the Simple Mills brownies. They are so good. I'm just saying. Anywho, you haven't set an intention. So not only are you going off reservation with the guidance, you're also turning off the GPS with the intention. You just like free balling it through the wilderness. Oh my goodness. Okay, heart-based connection. Oh, good God. I'm wondering if you're turning off all of the intuitive stuff, like spiritual GPS. You're like leaving. I'm wondering if you're not being very outwardly guided right now, or you're not receiving it or aware of it right now, to prevent you from being able to meddle with your own life situation. I'm feeling, I'm kind of sort of feeling that you're going to be crossing paths with someone very soon. Michael says I look like I want to go potty. This is it's kind of nervous. I'm nervous. Earth and grounding. Okay. Oh Lord. So here's the thing, okay? When they process the fields, right? They cut down whatever produce they were growing in that field. And what ends up happening is all the living things outside of the plants, the flora that was being grown, it becomes exposed. Okay. It becomes exposed. I almost bit myself. Oh my God. I'm nervous. I don't know if I don't know. I don't know. Oh Lord. Okay. Okay. Does someone see you as like a cute furry little thing? Is that what it is? Is that what it is? Okay. I'm going to share a little video with you guys. I'm going to share this video. I saved it yesterday, and then early this morning my husband tells me he's going to totally make my day. I'm like, "What you mean you're going to make my day?" And what he meant by that was he was going to show me a video that was going to make my day. I'm going to share with you the video. I'm wondering if someone sees you in this way, like this is what you are to them. Are you like, you better not just be a novelty to someone. I swear to God, that's so offensive. Hold up. Hold up. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. Let me. Okay. I got to load it first. All right. My anxiety is starting to taper off a little bit, just so a new wave could approach. All right. Here. Okay. All right. I'm going to play it for you guys.
Knuckle sandwich.
Why?
Because you're not listening enough. Get your knuckle sandwich right now. You're not going to listen. Go ahead and listen to my words, and you can race tomorrow.
We can race tomorrow, but if I beat you again, you're going to give me a knuckle sandwich.
Yeah.
My husband said, I don't know. I think he thinks that that's me. You know, and I'm almost wondering if someone is seeing you in that way as well. Like they not intimidated no more. They just not intimidated no more. You're over here threatening, like, I'm gonna give you a knuckle sandwich. Listen to my words. Okay. I say it a little more ratchet. Like, did you hear the words coming out my mouth? I'm gonna give you a knuckle sandwich. But okay, all seriousness, it almost makes me wonder if I don't even want to say it. I don't want to speak it into being. You know, falling in line with the rest of the people on TikTok. I do not claim the negativity in this video. I do not claim the negativity in this video. So, with that said, I'm wondering if someone is losing their fear of how to approach you. And, you know, I don't know how that's going to work out. Okay. High priestess, high priest responsibility. Ooh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You have to take responsibility for just being the cute mofo that you are. They cannot help themselves. I don't, okay, so I just got to take a deep breath to release some of my coping mechanism of sarcasm. So, the feel that I get is that someone is kind of losing their fear of how to approach you. And once they do that, it's really going to be a very serious, very heartfelt type of, first off, conversation. Secondly, that conversation leads to reconnection for some, not for all. Okay. Not for all. So that intensification is in reverse. So whatever anxiety that they were feeling before, I guess they're feeling less and less of it now. Less and less of it now. And so they're probably considering how to approach you at this point. Okay. We'll see. Magic in reverse. Whatever was done, because it feels like there was some sort of interference that was put into play. Whatever was done, it's being undone, like naturally being undone. It's being burned up. Some of the most potent type of magical stuff is to go ahead and infuse a candle with all of the malicious, malignant type energies and intentions that have been set upon you, and just put that on the candle and let it burn it up. Whatever energy that was put into an attempt on you gets burned up along with a candle. And y'all might be like, well, how do you do that? How do you put the energy in the candle? Lick it. I'm serious. You have to lick claim it. You got to lick it. People who used to watch me do auctions on Facebook, y'all know, you guys all know good and well that if I don't want to let go of a crystal, of a sword, I will lick that thing. I will lick it because then it's mine. And nobody wants some of that. You know what I'm saying? So I will lick it. It has now been lick claimed. Okay? Okay. So their stability was taken away. They were, for a period, they were existing in a way that seemed, like outwardly seemed, very stable, very dependable. In reality, it was not stable. It was not dependable. It was something that was really, really painful for them, very embarrassing. It's almost like I get this sense of whoever they were with was very harsh, you know, like really, really harsh. One thing I cannot stand, one thing that I absolutely cannot stand is a female who thinks they can get extremely physically aggressive with a male and that they are exempt from the male having a reaction. I'm not okay with any type of domestic issues. Okay. I'm not okay with that. I'm not okay with that. Okay. First and foremost, I just want to make that clear. But what I really dislike is this logic of I can do things to you, but you can't do anything back because, you know, I'm a girl. Like, no. It doesn't matter what gender you are. It doesn't matter. The moment you begin to become very aggressive with another person, they have an obligation to themselves to protect themselves, to stop you from harming them physically. That's not okay. And it's almost this sense of whoever this was, um, everyone thought it was stable, but it really wasn't. It was just well hidden. It was well hidden. Right, exactly, ocean lover. Keep your hands to yourself. Like everybody just needs to keep their hands to themselves, unless I invite you to. I'm just saying. Unless I invited you to, you just gotta not no. Don't touch me. Don't even look at me. Don't look in my direction. So I think that's kind of what someone is coming out of. Um, a connection that is just very toxic. Um, it was a toxic thing. And it's almost this thing of like, because of the toxicity they've been through, their perception of you has shifted even more. They've watched you and watched you and watched you. And it's really become this thing of like, the more they see, because I guess they didn't know you very well before, right? You probably hid a lot of who you actually are. Empaths, Pisceans especially, we don't really show people who we actually are for a while. We play whatever role we think you want us to play just because we're very conditioned to cater to other people. And that's a choice to remain in that conditioning, though. Okay. We are conditioned to cater to other people. And so that's what we do. We don't show aspects of ourselves that other people might find inconvenient or offensive or, whatever it is. And I think as you grow into yourself, as you become more of who you actually are, you enter into a place of authenticity that causes you to show more and more of who you actually are. And as you do that, it's almost like everything they're seeing from you, everything they're seeing from you is solidifying that literally you're the one. You are the one. Oh my God, that's so cheesy. I hope it's goat cheese. Enlightening your life says, I feel like most don't care to know either. Well, I'm not going to tell you that what you're feeling is wrong or inaccurate, but I will remind everyone in general terms, feeling something is not the same as it actually being something, right? I feel like that too. I feel like people, really don't care to know who I actually am. But is that the truth? Is that accurate? Or is that my perception rooted in distorted emotions and logic from earlier life traumas? You know what I mean? Because I've come across quite a few people who have no problem asking me so many questions about myself to where I'm like, wait, why do you want to know all this? Are you trying to figure out my passcode for something? Why you want to know this? So it's kind of like, it's this hard thing when you're dealing with a true Piscean, right? Like one that's really immersed in that Piscean energy, because we want you to want to know us, but we don't want you to like know us. So what is it? I don't know. You have to figure that out. You don't want to figure that out. It's like that meme that I've seen time and time again where when I flirt with people, I get like sarcastic and my humor becomes very dry. So you really don't know if I really like you or if you irritate me. You just never know. I resonated with that so deeply. You literally just never know. Some people think that me being rude is like, oh my gosh, she's this hot ass dominatrix. No, I really don't like you. I really don't. I'm not feeling you, bruh. Bruh. For real. Yeah, no, bro. Yeah. You just never know. You just never know. Surprise! Surprise! Yeah, no, that's totally me when I was a lot younger. Yeah. I'm still like that. What am I talking about? For the people who are cross watching for Pisceans, yo, we flirt with everything. It's not even considered flirting. We're just nice people. I've had people thinking I'm flirting and stuff, and it's like I'm treating you how I treat the furniture. I'm just saying, bro. Like you watch me long enough, you begin to understand. Like I really not. I'm not flirting with you. You listen to me talk to my coffee sometimes, and you'll understand exactly where you are with me. I wish I wasn't joking, but I'm so serious. Because like seriously, there's times I'm like, oh hey boo, look at you. Oh my god. All full bodied and shit. Hey. Oh, you just mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm saying. Oh my god, sit there, stay with me, okay? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I once had a friend. I was like I think a freshman in college or something like that. I once had a friend. They had a friend who kept asking them questions about me, and I guess they were thinking that like that I was interested or something. And my friend, our mutual friend, told them because we were in the cafeteria. No, just look, watch her. When she comes back, push the chair out before she gets here. And you'll see. Yeah. And then they saw how I talked to the chair. Yeah, they saw that I talked to the chair the exact same way that I was talking to them. And then they realized she's not interested. No, I'm not. I'm sorry. So whoever this is kind of like a reflection of that. They're not interested in whatever it was that they whatever this stability was, this upside down stability, they're not interested in that. Whatever malignant type of spell work that was done, it's being undone. Good. Good. I'm just saying. That's good. I'm glad. Now they can't hide from themselves exactly, who and what you are for them. They can't hide it. So it's this increase in oh, they need to be careful. It's almost this sense of like just the thought of you causes pupil dilation, increase in heart rate, a more shallow, faster rate of breathing. I better watch out. If they don't come forward in like if they don't come forward in like a solid manner, they gonna hurt their own feelings. Just saying. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, hold on. Let me get the death card. Hold on. No, I don't have these cards memorized either. Come on now. Stagnation, slow changes, partial change, inertia, narrowly avoiding a serious accident. I'm wondering, oh my God, this is going to be so offensive, but I'm going to say it anyways. I'm going to just say it in a softer tone. I'm wondering if this is the accident they avoided. For those listening on the podcast, it's a picture of hands being held together and a couple jumping in the background. The words say hand fasting and union. I wonder if this is the bullet that they dodged. Yeah. I'm thinking it is. I'm thinking it is. I'm thinking what might have happened. I'm thinking what if could have potentially happened is that they were in some sort of relationship and they decided to take that relationship a step forward and commit by asking for the other person's hand in marriage, knowing all of this toxicity exists, kind of like an attempt to forget you. This is probably someone that you already have a history with. I don't know if it's an ex. Maybe it's someone who wanted to be an ex at some point. But I don't know. Maybe they never got an opportunity to be in a relationship with you. And so now they're circling back around because, they never had an opportunity. It's almost like they need to know, like the curiosity of it all is just killing them. You're killing them, Smalls. You're killing them. You know what I mean? The curiosity of it. Like, would it have worked? How far would it have gone? Would you have given them the time of day? Would you have been able to commit and choose them above everything? I think that's asking for a little too much. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. How about you take a few steps back, rewind that shit? Just rewind it, reel it back in. If you're like pushing it forward, you got to push it back. Just reel it back in for a moment. Put it in terms of fishing. You cast the line, roll it back in. Okay. Roll it back in for a second. What exactly are you wanting from this person? You want them to save you from your process? Is your expectation of another individual uh, in alignment with whatever this is? Right? I think for relationships, for romance, like for me personally, um, my goal is not to um, force someone to be a life partner. My goal is to really just enjoy my time with you for as long as you're with me, knowing that at some point our paths will diverge. They'll go their separate ways, either after a lifetime of walking beside each other, and one of us, it's time to go back home to formless energy, or after a few months, after a few years, who knows? But I have no solidified expectations of how long someone is to be in my life. So that tells me my love is healthier than what we're taught love should be, where it's this ownership of someone else. It's this expectation of how long you're supposed to be with me. You guys realize, even if someone commits their entire life to you in front of every single person you both know, they have a right to change their mind if their mind changes. That's their right. You can't force someone to hold to a decision that they made before they knew everything they knew at the point their mind changed. I mean, that's a hard thing to hear. That really, really is. But I don't know that it's love if they have to stay with you. I don't know that that's love. That sounds more like codependency. That sounds like a type of relationship dynamic that enables a continuation of your perception that you by yourself is weak. Like you can't do it on your own. Yes, you can. You can. Show yourself that you can. And then when you know you can, that's how you know you're ready to share experiences with someone else. That's how you know. Relationships are not for other people to carry you, for them to be your therapy. That's not fair. So it's time to maybe realign our expectations between ourselves and the type of life that we're trying to create with someone else, Enlightening Your Life says that death do us part line is a bit, oops, yep. Hi, Annie. That death do us part line is a bit sketchy. Well, here's the thing. Did they say physiological death? Or is it shamanic death? Spiritual death? Is it simply a dark night of the soul? Is it a death of ego? Is it a death of a layer of self that was superimposed on the truth of who you actually are and therefore causing distortions? You know what else I noticed? And this is not a blanket statement, it's just an observation. I noticed that people who didn't have like this big fancy wedding, um, from what I've seen, they have a tendency to have a much happier, more longer term marriage. Have you guys noticed that as well? I've noticed that weddings in general, the fancier and more elaborate, the more dramatic and stress filled it is. Like it's not even something fun. It's just, it's crazy. It's super crazy to me. Yeah, clearly I didn't get married like that. Like I went to the courthouse. I didn't invite anyone. I was just like, you know, this is just a technicality. That's just how I feel. That whole like the state recognizing it, that's just technicality. I didn't need to have that ceremony to decide for myself that I'm committing this life to walking beside a specific person. I just didn't. I didn't. We think that's the end all be all for relationship goals, and oftentimes it's not. It's not. What is your goal in your life? What's your goal? Is your goal to figure out who you are and, live truly, wholeheartedly, in a healthy way? Yes, Teresa says joining of corporations. Yep, that's how I see it. Yeah. Enlightening Your Life says, I've also noticed the ones who have the fancy ones, fancy weddings, have gotten divorced like real soon after. Not all, but quite a few. Yeah, I mean, obviously, there's always exceptions, but that's the trend that I see is the fancier the wedding, um, the faster it crashes and burns for quite a few people. It's a bit nutty. It's a bit nutty. And I guess it might tie into this like theory that I have that the more you make a spectacle of the day you commit to another person, excuse me, to another person, the more a spectacle the relationship becomes. So I don't know. Air, imagination, using your imagination to um, what they want. I'm debating on answering it. I cannot. I cannot. Cannot. I'm sorry. So with the imagination card, have you gotten an opportunity to come to terms with what happened between the two of you? Because clearly this is someone you already have a history with, either in this life or a previous life, right? So have you gotten an opportunity to come to terms with it, whatever it actually is? Because if you haven't yet, and things are left unresolved, unfinished, things are left in question, then sometimes what ends up happening, especially for Pisceans and empaths, we create a story for ourselves. Whatever we don't hear from the person we need to hear from, we will tell ourselves, and I promise it's going to be worst case scenario type story. It tends to be worst case scenario type stories. So, you know, oh, so she says, my partner and I wanted to go to the courthouse to get married, but both our parents want to plan something for us. But listening to your story helps. I mean, the way I saw it, like, why would I spend all that money on one day? And I don't even own my own home yet. Like, why would I do that? You know what I mean? Like, Why would I do that? And a lot of people didn't understand it. You know, a lot of, well, not a lot, but a considerable number of people in my life were like, I have just a really weird role that I fill in my family, especially when I was in my early adulthood. Um, and it was almost like this role where I needed to be the living princess. You know, like I had to play a part of like everything had to just be over the top, and that's everyone's expectations. Um, it was weird. It was weird. And I never wanted any of that. So I think that the thing that we're getting at right now, the message, if you're just going to simply do things to appease the demands of others, at what point do you stop? Because once you start doing that, it's an extremely slippery slope. And the chances of you even realizing when it's gotten out of hand, slim to none. Slim to none. Wow, Alexandra. Alexandra says parents went all out, 400 guests, divorced now. I barely talked to 2 people. I'm not even joking. And maybe it was my social anxiety that really got the best of me. Thank God for my social anxiety, because I was like, I don't even interact with enough people to have like a wedding court. You know, like I mean, I don't. I yeah. So I don't know. I don't know. You guys get married in whatever way you want. For real, get married. If you want to get married, don't. If you don't, um, the thing here is making sure that your awareness is intact. So, awaken in reverse. You're not asleep. You're not asleep. You never have been. Okay? You are not asleep. You are in a state of lack of awareness. From what I know, not something I've read, not something I've been told. From what I know, we are from an enlightened species. A portion of our racial lineage, meaning the entirety of our race, comes from a species that's extremely enlightened already. It's our lack of awareness that has caused so much tragic distortion. Just a tragic, tragic distortion of our perception of our lives, the trajectory of our lives, all of that. Card number 22, Mother Earth in reverse. So this is definitely not the person that's ungrounded. This is definitely not the person. It's always like like a multi-layered, multi-tiered type of message. So the first portion of this reading has a lot to do with this individual who is a good person. You know, they have gone through things. You would probably benefit, and this is a general reading, so it's not a message for everyone, okay? But for the people who do resonate, you would probably benefit from at least considering conversation, considering an opportunity to get to know each other once again and just see, not about the romance, but just see how the two of you can enrich each other's lives, okay? But now all of a sudden, I get a sense of like this really disgusting energy, like someone who is just obsessed with you. There's a caca energy. Ew, ew. It's a gross energy for real. This is someone who really just, you've turned them down so many times. This is a different person. You have not done anything to cause this person to have a solid reason to believe that you want them in that way. They don't care. They don't care. This person has been stalking you. This person feels like they own you and you owe them something. I don't know. I could say quite a few different things right now. I'm not going to. I am going to get in control of my emotionals, all of my emotions. I'm going to tell every single last one of my emotions, bitches, sit down. Sit down, have a snack. Do not take the bait, rotten ass bait. Okay. Jesus loves me. Oh, yes, he does. Jesus loves me. Oh, yes, he does. I just got to sing it out. This person is just disgusting, like the most disgusting energy. Yeah. Like for me personally, there's nothing more disgusting than a person who just won't move on. Like you're not wanted. You're not wanted. This is me stepping out of the ocean, soaked in salt. You're not wanted here. No, you don't even know how to swim. Go, leave. It's that type of energy. Like you're not wanted here. You effing stalker. You're not wanted here. You're just not wanted here. And this is the type of person that just doesn't care. Hold up. Let me play the audio. 1 second, yo. 1 second. Un momento, por favor. Wait up. Hold up. Let me play this. You want a knuckle sandwich?
Because you're not listening enough. Get you a knuckle sandwich right now. You're not going to listen. Go ahead and listen to my words, and you can't.
They not listening to your words. Okay, they not listening to your words. Okay, they not listening to your words. They need to listen to your words. As my littlest says, you talk of me? Talks like that. You talking me? You say that me? Like, bro. The squeak level. The squeak level. So, two people sweating you. They sweating you till the sweat drips down my balls. They sweating you. They just dang-a-langing. Short, shriveled, always to the left. Dang-a-langing. Hoping, praying, wishing. Yo, Jesus don't like you either. That was so uncalled for. Jesus don't like you either. Oh my God, let me just drink something. I can't. I'm going to spit it out. I just hold up. That was a rich, tangy boost. I'm reading words that are on packages that are beside the laptop. So that's me adding a rich, tangy boost. Rich and tangy boost in it. And then the cup beside that says locally roasted. You've been locally roasted. Just shaking you up and roasting you. I'm just saying. Just saying. Whew, Jesus. Take the wheel, take the keys. Your girl about to go. Oh, Lord. I don't know. Jesus, you might need to call Shiva up in here too. Ask Shiva to bring Kali because girl's about to get heated. Okay. All right. We good. Oh, I got to spray myself. I got to spray myself. I'm just saying. Oh, yes. Spray it. Woo! It's okay. All right. Now we're ready. Okay. Let me. Just, okay. I just bitty bitty bum bum. Okay. Okay. I've stimmed enough. I've released enough of that. Okay. All right. So carrying on. No communication. Don't answer them. The second person, do not answer any of that communication. There's a couple folks that I'm just like, nope. There is this lovely option that you can have where you can go ahead and cause emails and whatnot to be dumped in a specific folder. Like you never even have to see it. You never have to see it, you know? Don't allow yourself. Just really don't allow yourself. Don't allow yourself to get sucked into other people's mother effing fricadicious bullshittery. You know what I'm saying? They're bullshittery. Okay? We not here for that. We not here for that. Card number 36, world within worlds. There's stuff coming. May the Kraken eat them. No. We don't want to involve no Krakens. I don't know. Part of me is like, because I do have that like Capricorn in my chart, that's such a heavy influence. That Capricorn has such a dry sense of humor, and the sarcasm is so advanced. Most people don't know if I'm being sarcastic or serious. So I totally would be like, prove your love to me. Prove your love by allowing yourself to be consumed by a Kraken, and then I'll know you love me. If you want me to know you love me, you would allow yourself to be sacrificed to Krakens. That's the ultimate show of love. I'm just saying, prove your love. Prove it. Prove it to me. Fight my other stalker. I want to see you both fighting bare knuckle in a cage. Whoever wins gets eaten by the Kraken. No. You don't get to talk to me. You get eaten by the Kraken. Whoever wins is the one who will be eaten by the Kraken. Do not want anything to do with you. So world within worlds. So that's the outer world, right? That's like the toxicity of the outer world. Like you live maybe in an urban setting, a lot of pollution, just a lot of toxicity. And that world within the urban world is your own sacred space, this quietness, a sanctuary. It's like the secret garden. Ooh, and it's almost like this message of only the two of you know where this secret garden is. New challenge unlocked. You want to prove your love for me? I want you to wipe your butt with poison ivy. No gloves. Before you do that, you have to hold the leaves in your mouth. Pre-moistened. New challenge unlocked. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? And then whoever wins that, then, you know, you can be consumed by a Kraken. So the good person that is not a stalker, someone who you still have unfinished connectivity with, it's almost as though only the two of you know where this secret garden is, right? Um, yeah. So there's, I guess, some commonality between the two of you, right? I don't know what you're supposed to do with this. You could maybe have some tea in the secret garden. It doesn't mean you must do questionable things in that garden. It doesn't mean you're suddenly forever banished to the garden and you cannot leave. Like, what do you think this is? Eden? Ea's den? I don't think so. I don't think so. Okay. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Enki can kiss my ass. I'm just saying. I'm not saying no damn garden. I am sensitive to sunlight. You got to keep me in the shade. I need to be kept within a specific range of temperature or I'll die. You're kidding me? I'm so serious right now. And I need snacks in the shade. Card number 11, Cosmic Connection. So, yeah, there. See, it's becoming like a hive mind between the two of you. See this right here? I show you. I show you. See? So full of color, this connectivity, it's like you guys are approaching this event horizon. If you don't know what event horizons are, you need to message Teresa. I'm sorry, Teresa. Hey, you are the resident smarty pants up in here, girl. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, you're like my own personal Google. Instead of like, hey Siri or like, hey Alexa or whatever the hell they say, I'm like, hey Teresa. Shit. I slapped myself on your behalf. I should not mess around like that. You are just so ridiculously smart and such a freaking amazing treasure trove of information. It's amazing treasure trove of information. I remember one live stream because sometimes Michael will use like the technical terms, and sometimes I know what that means, sometimes I don't. And I remember one live stream, he goes transduction, and I was like viral, and he's like transduction, and I was like, what does that mean? And he goes, ask Teresa. And as soon as he said that, and I heard it, and you were like, yep. I was like, girl, I'm too embarrassed to ask you. Let me just Google this. I already knew you knew. I just wanted to feel like I knew too. Yeah. Apparently I did, because it does have to do with viral replication and stuff. But, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So going back to this hive mind, you're the queen bee. You are the one that it's your pheromones. They just they smell it wafted in the air. You know what I mean? Like they cannot help themselves. They smell the goodness of your juju. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You know what they used to do? Last story I will share with you about my life. So for a little bit, I worked at Victoria's Secret, right? And so it's a lingerie shop. And it was a time when they came out with this roller ball. It's like a lip gloss roller ball. And it has pheromones in it. And the whole marketing thing was it smells different on everyone. It like amplifies your pheromones and it drives, your person just nutty for you. And so what my manager used to do was like when I arrived for work, she would get she damaged out a roller ball because she knew I was a germaphobe and I didn't want to rub anything on my skin that's been on someone else's skin. Hello, MRSA. So she saved this rollerball just for me. And when I would arrive, she would say hands, and I would go like this. And she would rollerball the shit out of my wrist, and I would have to go like this. And then she says neck, and I would have to go like this. And she would rollerball me, and she goes, okay, go stand at the door. And so she used me as bait to get people to come into the store. It worked, though. It worked. I didn't have to flirt with anybody because the men would come and then I would tell them exactly what to buy for their women. Be like, she would like this. And they would be like, she would. She would. Yes. And she'd like that too. The whole matching set. I mean, woo, baby boo. I'm just saying, it worked. Pheromones are a real thing. Humans are very reactive to pheromones. And yeah, so yeah, I think they're smelling your pheromones, even if they're nowhere near you. I think there's an etheric counterpart to that. And I feel like they're just, it's wafted. You energy is loud. It's loud. It's like loud. They can smell it. You know what I mean? Um, I've been exploited my whole life, Queen of Hearts. She was smart. So she would do that. And then when I worked at a different store, the other manager would bribe me with a pound of chocolate covered gummy bears, white chocolate covered gummy bears. So, needless to say, I was a regional sales superstar. Anything for chocolate. Not anymore, though. Not anymore. That was just back then. All right. Self-worth in reverse. I'm wondering if it's you or if it's them that's not realizing your actual worth. Or maybe the message here is that they had to go through what they went through, which is, it feels like it was something pretty traumatic. Like, I can't even laugh about it. It feels like it was something pretty traumatic. And they had to go through that, excuse me, in order to understand their actual worth. And in understanding their worth, they then began to understand the gravity of your worth in their life. They like dominoes. See what I'm saying? Card number 24, new chapter in reverse. It's in reverse. So you're not going somewhere new. This is rehashing whatever it was. It needs to be rehashed. So the number is 24, right? The card number is 24. 2 is a number of guidance. 4 is a number of self. You're being guided back to yourself. And when you allow that guidance to bring you back to yourself, you get the totality of 6. 6 is a number of receiving. It's the number of receiving. So I'm going to do a fire ceremony on February 22nd. That's going to be a really, really potent fire ceremony. I'm going to put the listing up soon. And the thing with that, 222 is 6, right? And then you have 2022, which is also 6. You bring them together and it's 12. 12 being the actual first steps of that journey. 12 is 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 being a solid foundation. You're being set up for a very solid type of growth, exponential growth. When you allow yourself to grow exponentially, oh my gosh, the amount of benefits from that. Oh, you guys got to hear this. This is so true. This is why, like, whatever happens in my life, I'm so not bitter about it. It's just kind of like, it is what it is. You know, I'm going to let you guys just listen to this. Hold on. Oh, sorry. Cat has music. Okay. Okay, let me just read it to you. Girlfriend's really passionate. So I don't know who needs to hear this, but your ability to create the reality that you want is directly determined by your willingness to experience its opposite. Saving money will have you feeling broke while it's being saved. Setting boundaries will have you feeling, what? I missed the words. I don't put it on the screen. I can't do that. I can't. You're talking too passionately and too fast, baby boo. Just saying. It's just too passionate and too fast. I don't know what. Should I just read it? I can't. Hold on. See how much I love you guys? I'm trying to figure out how to get you the greatest message possible. Let me put this on the screen. I'm going to have to mute her. Pay attention to the screen name on the profile so that way you can watch the real video. Bum, bum, ba-da, bum. Ba, ba, bum, ba-da, bum. Here goes.
I don't know who needs to
I
hear
don't
this,
know
but
who
your
needs to hear
ability
this,
to
but your
create the
ability to
reality
create
that
the
you want is
reality that you
directly
want is
determined by
directly
your
determined
willingness
by
to
your willingness
experience
to
its
experience its
opposite.
opposite.
Saving money
Saving
will have you
money
feeling
will
broke
have
while
you
it's
feeling
making you
broke while it's
rich.
making you rich.
Setting
Setting
boundaries
boundaries will have you feeling
while you're
while
creating new
you're
healthy
creating new
relationships in your
healthy
life.
boundaries in your life.
Digging up your trauma
Digging
will
up
have
your
you feeling
trauma will
broken
have
while
you
it's
feeling
actually
broken
healing
while
you.
it's actually healing
Working
you.
out has you
Working
feeling
out
weak
has
while
you
it's
feeling
actually
weak while it's
making you
actually
strong.
making you strong.
Learning something
Learning
new
something
makes you
new
feel
makes you
dumb
feel
while it's
dumb
making you
while
more
it's making you
intelligent.
more intelligent.
Your ability
to
to attain the thing that you want is directly correlated with how willing you are to
experience its opposite.
Do not let this
Do
go
not
over your
let
head.
this go over your head.
I love you.
I love you. I love you too, boo. I love you too, boo. That's right. Spit that truth. I'm just saying. Oh, the sound was on. Fucking A. It's supposed to be mute. I guess this is getting demonetized. That's fine. I will take this down and just load it onto my podcasts. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But it's true though. Everything that she said is so effing true. It's true. For the backward trajectory, as soon as you release, however far back you are pulled as a spiritual arrow, that is how much force is loaded and stored. All you have to do is let go, and your forward trajectory will be equivalent to an amplified version of your backward movement. You have to be willing to experience the polar opposite of whatever it is you're working towards. People look at me and what I've been through in life, and they're like, "You've been through so much. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I can't believe how much you've been through." Yeah, but look how much I'm blessed. Look how much I learn and grow. Look how much I've become more and more a testament to the truth of my ability, my power, my grace, my compassion for self, my wisdom. I am a culmination of everything that's ever happened to my life and my rebellious reaction to it. So, no, don't cry for me. Don't feel bad for me. See me for what I am, a thriver. I'm not here to simply survive by picking up all the pieces and holding them, making sure that I can show you like I have all my pieces. No, that's not enough. That's not enough. Life wants to come in like a Miley Cyrus naked on a wrecking ball, tearing down my Lego building. That's fine. I'm going to build something else. I'm going to pick up all those Legos and I'm going to build something else. It's not just going to be a building anymore. It's going to be an entire motherfucking kingdom. And that's how I see life. However much you challenge me, not only will I transmute that, I will amplify it before I let go. And when I let go, I will be launched so far forward in my learning, in my growth, that those who cannot keep up will no longer even be able to see me. Allow yourself to grow in that way. Allow, allow, allow. All you have to do is bear witness to your process. Everything you've been through that was really, really hard. You got through it. You got through it. But it was really hard. Yeah. You got through it. But I didn't have amazing things happen to me afterwards. I mean, what are you talking about? Are you sure? Are you sure amazing things were not presented to you? But you were so busy sulking about what happened to get you to that point of receiving that you didn't allow yourself to receive. Not because you weren't willing, but because you were so preoccupied with what was already finished that you weren't fully present for what is actually happening now. There is a heart-based connection that's approaching you. This heart-based connection can help you to grow in ways that Maybe you didn't think you were capable of growing. This heart-based connection. It's opening a door. See, you can be connected by the heart, but unless you understand, unless it can enter into your field of awareness, the world is structured to program every single person to not allow themselves to feel, not allow them to feel to the degree and the gravity they need to feel. When you allow yourself to process your life and you feel the emotions, what do people in your environment do? I think they do one of two things. Either they'll shame you and be like, what are you crying for? Crying does not solve the problem. Or they enable that. They enable the distorted logic by saying, oh my gosh, you've been through so much. I know, it's okay. You've been through so much. So how would I respond? That's right. Cry. Let it out. Process it. Process it. You got a lot of things that are headed your way. Process it now. So that way you won't have as much to process. And because you don't have as much to process later, when all of these amazing things come knocking at your door, you won't be so preoccupied. Go ahead and cry. Be pissed off. Like whatever you need to do. And I mean, don't hurt people. But if you need to have some time to just cry things out, go ahead. There's nothing wrong with crying. You're not weak. Let yourself feel dark. Let yourself feel broken. Just don't stay there. That's the key. Allowing yourself to feel the full motion and emotion of life. It's a full motion and emotion. That means once you feel an emotion, you're not necessarily supposed to just sit there and continue to feel the same thing for weeks and months on end. You can if you want. That's absolutely an option that's presented to you. But how does that help you? I was talking to my my doctor the other day, and she was asking me how everything's been going. It's been a while since I've had a checkup with her. And I'm like, everything's going so well. She's like, you look really well. And I was like, yeah. And she was asking me for an update on so many different things. And I was telling her all the different things. And then the conversation turned very serious and very intense. And she got quiet and she looked at me and her eyes looked almost teary. And she goes, you've been through a lot this year. I myself have seen you. I've witnessed how much you've been through. And you've come such a long way. You're almost done with this. And I was just like, thank you. And she basically was trying to emphasize that I don't quite grasp the severity of how things were just this summer and how much I've overcome in such a short period. Mind you, she diagnosed me with combat level PTSD. Like veterans who come home after seeing actual war, that level of PTSD. And I told her there was no way I was going to agree to stay there, to stay in that same place of injury. And you've carried such an important role for me. You filled such an important part. You're very well versed in what you do, because she is. She's very good at what she does. And I told her, because of her support, because of her encouragement, I was able to not just cope, because I'm very good at coping. I'm very, very good at compartmentalization. I can force myself to function even when I'm falling apart inside. I'm very good at that. That's what you call masking. I'm very good at masking. No, it's not being a liar. Those two are two different things. Masking is not sharing your pain, covering it up so that other people are not inconvenienced with the experience of being around you while you're fractured. That's not being fake. That's a form of consideration for other people. So yes, I'm good at masking. And I told her because of the type of support that she gave, which did not coddle the injury. She didn't coddle it at all. She's badass. Okay. No, I want to be completely transparent. She's not my therapist. She's my psychiatrist. Yeah. It's okay if you need medical intervention. It's okay if you're struggling so severely with your mental health that you need an actual medical intervention. It's okay. You don't have to be ashamed. You don't have to. Okay. She works with people online. She does. She all of our sessions have been teleconference. So my thing was that she helped me to actually face what was going on. And she recommended all sorts of different things, from supplementation to obviously prescriptions to CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, EMDR, like all sorts of different things. Like, she committed to it. She committed to it. She saw I was committed, so she's committed too. And that's a very beautiful thing when you can have someone in your environment that can connect with you on such a heart-based level. A very heart-based level where she saw a human being struggling with something so severe. And it was severe. It was severe. She even was like, I'm in awe of how much you've been able to accomplish in such a short period. And I told her I was always going to accomplish this, but because of your presence, I was able to do it in a healthy way instead of just coping and shoving it down. I think what's happening is someone is being brought into your life who has this type of capacity, not because they're licensed in mental health, but because they have the ability to see the truth of who you are. It was such a potent pairing, her and I. She's former military. It was such a potent pairing because she is able to conduct herself with a level of compassion that marries so beautifully with the type of tough love that I need. I needed tough love in a gentle way. I needed gentle love in a tough way. So that's exactly what she did for me. And I didn't even have to ask. I didn't have to describe it. You know how I came across her? I went on to an online therapy app because I knew it was going to be bad. I knew I was going through something severe. And then I set the intention. If this is what I really need, pair me with a person who can do it for me, who can help me to see the things within myself that I can't see for myself. Pair me with someone who's strong enough to stand up to me, someone who won't break if they see me cry. That's exactly what she was. And it wasn't that she's heartless. Not at all. It's that she has the same ability that I do, turning off that emotion. Most people, if they see me cry, it breaks them down too. It overwhelms them. It hurts their feelings all the way down to their heart. And so I don't really like to cry in front of other people. I don't like to be the reason someone is hurting. She was able to shut that off temporarily when I needed it shut off. And then she turned it on full blast when I needed it turned on. And I think, again, this person who is going through their life process, I think that's what they're doing. I think this is what they're going to do with you, or you're going to do with them. It's just this really intense. You're about to realize something really, really profound. It has nothing to do with romance. It's something that's going to blow your mind because you're finally going to have that reflectiveness so you can actually see yourself. It's hard to live life not being able to see your own reflection. Because how do you know what you identify as? I swear, I highly encourage all of you to live stream daily. It doesn't have to be publicly visible. You can live stream on your social media account and keep it private so only you can see it. The type of growth that I've documented over the years, my personal growth, my personal journey back home to me, it's easy to forget where you've come from and what you've been through. It's easy to get lost in someone else's storyline because the truth of empaths, especially Pisceans, we like to play the supporting character. What if you're supposed to be your own star? And taking it a step further, one of the most profound conversations I've ever had with Michael happened several years ago, where he said to me, it's not enough to remember that you come from stars and are made of stars. It's time to take your rightful place among them. And it's okay if it takes you several years to allow whatever it is you're needing to allow. It's taken me years. For those of you who have been with me for that long, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The ways in which I've chosen to allow myself to finally blossom. You saw all of those very awkward moments where you could tell so much is hidden behind the darkness of my eyes. So much. And it's not because I'm ashamed, it's because I don't want to inconvenience anyone. And that's where I failed myself. This assumption that I'm somehow an inconvenience to the very people who are not just willing, but asking me to please let me be there to support you, to hold you up, to carry you for just even a few steps. Everyone plays a very beautiful role in your life. Everyone you come across. How would you feel if you saw me sobbing and I'd been through some really tremendous trauma and you had the ability to help me? At the very least, sit with me and help me to feel heard. But I wouldn't allow you to. How would you feel? Wouldn't you be frustrated? Wouldn't you feel like, oh my gosh, stop being that way. It's not an inconvenience. Like, seriously, stop. Let me just be there for you. At least just talk to me. Tell me what's wrong. I might not have the answer, but at least let me listen, right? And what if that's what this person is for you? What if you are what that person needs? You are that for whoever this is for you. We don't know. We don't know. So allow yourself to remain open to witnessing for yourself exactly what this connectivity is about. Stop with the BS assumption that, oh, twin flames, they just want to have, some boom, boom time. But no, you don't know that that's what they want. Is that what you want? And that's why it keeps coming up. Like for me, that's not something I think about. It's just not. It's not, because I see a twin flame connection as something very seriously profound on a spiritual level. Has nothing to do with romantic connections. Has nothing to do with that for me. So I don't think about that. Maybe it's the time that you've been waiting for, a time where you both will have the opportunity to heal each other, to heal yourselves, to heal separately as well as together as a whole, to just heal, to go through this process of becoming more and more of who you are, what you are. Right. Oh my gosh, this right here, this is so powerful. Queen of Hearts, she says, I just hold space for you in silence if needed. Some of the most powerful moments I've ever experienced with other people was when they gave me the honor of just sitting quietly. Like, you don't have to talk. If you just need me to listen to you breathing for an hour, I'll do it. I'm there. Thank you for letting me occupy some space as you go through something so profound. That's like, that is profound. To be able to be a part of that is profound. To be able to bear witness to your process of growth, knowing that you're such a private person, that's profound. That's an honor. Because see, when I see people, like if I see that you always take care of all of your difficulties and struggles silently by yourself, I don't see it as like, oh my God, you're so stupid. I don't know why you just don't let people help you. No, I don't see it like that at all. At all. I see it as something quite different. My perception on that, my opinion of that is, damn, you're a warrior. You're bleeding and you're just stapling yourself shut. Like, damn, you're not even complaining. Like, damn, what have you been through in life? What have you gone through and never told anyone? How much pain have you endured and no one knew? Like, damn. You're probably one of the strongest people I've ever come across, and I bet you don't even know that. So when I come across people like that and they allow me the honor of like, not just sitting there, but like, for real, you want to let me stitch it for you? Like, okay, I'll do it. I'll do it. Hell yeah. Let go of what society tells you to think about yourself and about other people, because I promise you, all of that is a stinking hot garbage lie. It is a hot garbage lie. Not just garbage, it's hot garbage. You ever smell hot garbage? Have you ever had food rotting in your garbage can? It's garbage day and you go to bring that to the end of your driveway and it's hot, and now it accidentally, you got a whiff of it, like hot garbage. It's a lie. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what I'm saying is a lie at this point. My ADHD kicked in. I don't know. I don't remember. Card number 20, limitless in reverse. This is telling me that you don't understand. You haven't given yourself the credit that you need, that you earned, that you deserve. The credit of recognition from yourself. You don't have to be recognized by other people. Recognition from yourself of how much you've overcome and how powerful you actually are. Now, I don't know if this person needs you to be in their presence or if you need them to be in yours. I don't know who needs who. Maybe it's a mutually beneficial thing for the first time in your life. Maybe this is a mutually beneficial thing. I'm not trying to convince you to hook up with nobody. That's your business, okay? That's your business, none of my business. I'm not encouraging any of that. I'm encouraging you to remain open to whatever your soul is guiding you to. Let it guide you. Transformation. You're going to go through this massive transformation. It's already the start of it. And that transformation is going to activate your crown chakra with a lot of that Christ consciousness, that elevation and understanding. It's a cycle of completion needing to occur. Christ consciousness has a tendency to be 8th, 9th, between 7th and 9th dimensional levels of consciousness. You ever notice how what they allow to be very popularly distributed is information regarding 7 chakras? Yeah, there's 7 primary, 8 morphogenetic, for a total of 15. That doesn't include all the secondary and tertiary chakras. That does not include the nadis as well, nor does that include the crystal star seals and all of that good stuff. They want to cut you off at the bare minimum, the very basics of what takes you outside of a bare, basic, mediocre human existence. And if you're down for mediocrity, that's fine. You absolutely are free to be mediocre. But here's the thing, when you're born to excel beyond mediocrity, I mean, I don't know how successful you'll be at being mediocre. You're just going to frustrate yourself. That's the reality of it. If you weren't created to be mediocre, I mean, I don't know how you're going to convince your soul to allow you to remain mediocre. There's nothing wrong with being mediocre. There's something wrong with trying to be something that you're not. I absolutely said what I said. When you continue to share space with me regularly, whether it's live stream, podcast, recorded video, whatever it is, I hate to say this. Actually, no, I don't. That's a lie. I love to say this. It's time for you to stop with the BS storyline you're telling yourself. You're not here because you're broken and I help make you feel whole. No, that's a BS storyline. You're here because you feel resonance. You're here because we are alike. And when I say that, I'm not saying I'm broken. Mofo, there is nothing broken about me. I'm chaotic. I'm messy. I got focus issues. I stim. I do all kind of different coping mechanisms, but I am not broken in any way, shape, or form. F out of here without caca. I'm not broken. I never have been. I came really close to convincing myself I was quite a few times, but I'm not actually broken. I'm whole. And you're here because you're whole. And being in my presence helps to remind you that you are. We're reflections of each other, not reflections of the ugly or the distorted or the storyline that society is trying to tell us. No. We are reflections of each other's power, potentiality, purpose. That's what we're reflections of. And people can have their opinions. You really can. You can have your opinion of me. It can be a negative one. Just like everyone has an a-hole, everyone has an opinion. Some people's opinion is fresh and clean. Other people's opinion, I mean, just so people know, if you talk a lot of shit, you're going to smell and look like an ass. Sweaty ass, unwashed ass, an ass. That's up to you. Be whoever you are, and if that's what you are, then be that. Just know we don't need to be near you. You know what I'm saying? We don't need to be with you. So if you can hold space with me, and the reality is, I've met maybe one handful of you in real life, if that. If that. When YouTube doesn't restrict my reach, hide my videos, on average, and it's not a huge number, 1,000 views on average. That's not a huge number. This is not me boasting. But here's the thing. It can't be one person watching the video 1,000 times. That's quite a few people who have that level of resonance. What am I trying to say? I'll just come out with it. The world is ready for change. The world is ready for change. You are that change. You each have your own world, your personal world. You are a world within a world. It's like a nesting doll. It's time for you to allow yourself to be open to those who have resonance with you. Whoever this person is, you have a resonance. You vibrate, oscillate at the same level, the same frequency patterning. So, frequency patterning, I have a lot of terms that I just use because it sounds appropriate to me. I don't know if it makes sense to other people. So I'll explain. Frequency patterning is basically your soul's fingerprint. They say that fingerprints are unique for each person. This is a unique fingerprint for you. This is your soul identity. This is someone who has a fingerprint that matches yours. I'm not talking about romance. I'm talking about resonance. Resonance. A vibration, a frequency oscillation, this rate of movement. It's a very beautiful thing when you allow it to be. If at the very beginning, when you first found me, something about me kind of scared you, kind of intimidated you, so you didn't want to talk at first, you didn't want to comment, you didn't want to interact, you didn't want me to be aware of your presence. Look where your courage got you. You're here, growing ever so beautifully, ever so unapologetically. Whether you've commented or not, you're here. You didn't run away. You didn't hide. And let's face it, for whoever that was, like, but I am hiding because I don't comment. I feel you. I used to do this thing when I first began to allow myself to be publicly visible. I would freak myself out. I wouldn't do it in the live streams. It was not something you could witness. Energetically, I would go like this. Because if I can't see you, you can't see me. And that was the biggest lie I ever told myself. That was the biggest lie I ever told myself. I wouldn't cloak myself because I felt like if I cloaked myself, then I was doing demonic work, right? And what shifted my perception was one day, one of my oldest friends, she's like texting me, girl, you just popped in my head. And I wasn't responding to anyone's texts for quite a few weeks already. And she goes, are you trying to hide? You're so silly. You look like a little girl with her hands covering her eyes. Like, if I can't see you, you can't see me, but I see you. And I was like, oh, crap. Yeah. Yeah. So is that what you're doing? You're hiding yourself, thinking that you're hidden. That's like the sun trying to hide. The world knows you're there. The world knows you're there, and they're waiting for you to reemerge, to be visible once again. It's time. It's time for you to exit out of those places of denial of yourself, of your truth, of your value. You don't have to be yelling from mountaintops about how amazing you are. And to be quite honest, the times where I say things like that, it's very uncomfortable for me. It's just like, why do I even have to say this? And Michael always tells me, well, because someone needs to hear it. I guess. And that's why I'll say it. And I say it very matter-of-factly, because if I don't say it matter-of-factly, I'll feel even more awkward and I won't say it at all. But see, here's the thing. It comes off as though, oh my God, Emmy's so confident and she just knows herself. So what am I trying to say? Am I trying to play small so I can look humble? No. I'm trying to say this is not an act. I'm a real human being just like you are. And we go through the same processes. We grow in the same way. We bleed just the same. You're about to come across a very it is that's going to unfold. Allow it. Allow it. She said it, says there was never fear. It was more, I didn't want to attract trolls to your feeds. She said it. You know I can handle myself with trolls. You've been with me for a very long time. You know that's not a legitimate fear. That's you taking ownership of a negativity that does not belong to you. I attract trolls myself. Let go of that. You don't have to own that. That's not for you to own. Allow yourself to become very, very aware, guys. Very aware of where you're at within your journey. You don't have to be at the end zone. You don't have to be near the end zone. You just have to know where you're currently at. Get your bearings. Allow yourself to become the one who asks the questions. Okay? You won't get your answers if you don't ask the questions. Because even if someone tells you the answer, you won't know what they're talking about. So be the one to ask your own questions. Allow yourself to assess why you are so averse to specific people, if you are. Because I see that often. I hope whatever distortions were created within your perception, whatever distortions it was, that listening to me gripe about twin flame stuff, I hope I correct that. I hope I have the opportunity to correct that and rebalance your perception. It's time for us to step out of those spaces. It's time. It's time for us to enter, consciously choosing, cognitively present, to enter into spaces that make you just so personally powerful. Okay? Let me get a final card. Let's make it a Kali card. All right. Ooh. Card number 37. Dharma of Kali. 3 is the number of a solid foundation from which to rest the totality, the completion that you've just achieved. 37. Maybe it's time for you to unpack. You've reached base camp. This is not the end destination. It's time to unpack all your gear at base camp. Travel lightly, you're heading to the apex. You're heading to a high that you have never reached before. Let's see. See what it has to say. I feel a profoundness coming forward. It's not a person, it's not a place, it's not a thing. It's a feeling, it's a resonance, like a memory of something returning, a goodness. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Hold on, let me check my crypto. It might be that. Y'all, I'm just saying, I was up $2,000. I was up $2,000, and I'm kind of just like, you better dip 4 more cents. You better dip 4 more cents so I can buy more of you, and then I'm going to need you to skyrocket. It's all good. It's all good. So irritated. Anyways. Here goes. Card number 37. That $2,000's gone. I'm about to go to a casino. I'm about to play some slots so I can get that $2,000 back. I'm just saying. Roulette, whatever. I don't care. Craps, I play whatever. Okay, I'm joking, guys. Card number 37, Dharma of Kali. Her every action is infused with loving purpose. Every challenge and every opportunity in your life exists by her divine design. Her spiritual intelligence is within your heart. When you trust in your integrity and proceed according to your soul's values, you are trusting and empowering her to be at cause in your life. Everything that's happening is part of how your prayers are being answered. A new order is to be established. You are being led into it. Is that right? Let me highlight that. Hold up. A new order is being established. You're being led into it. Mm-hmm. Everything that's happening is part of how your prayers are answered. I declare, once I enter into that new order, I'm gonna fuck shit up. Promise. Pinky swear. To honor the Dharma means to live according to genuine spiritual principles. What those principles are depends on your inner values. To live according to your values means living with integrity of being, conducting yourself according to an inner spiritual code. If you are not quite ready to take such responsibility or do not yet have the confidence to trust in your own values, work with an external moral code and attempt to align with that. Morality is like training wheels for the soul, imposing concepts of right and wrong. It is a top-down approach, mind first, then attempting to mold behavior accordingly. Spiritual integrity is a different approach. It does not ask what others think about a matter or how we will be judged for acting in a certain way. Rather, it inquires as to what resonates as the most spiritually aligned course of action. So let me give you an example of this. Y'all heard me the other day just ranting for a few seconds about my experience with Anytime Fitness in Durango, Colorado. I was really pissed off. It hasn't been resolved. But I will share this. Yes, it's my personal opinion that the owner conducts himself with a lack of professionalism. It is. That's the honest truth. That's my personal experience. That's my personal opinion. I was going to leave a negative review and contact the Better Business Bureau and then something shifted. Something shifted. In trying to leave a negative review on his business page on Facebook, I wanted to see first, did anyone have the same experience that I did, that I'm still having? And I saw something I needed to see. I saw pictures of the community coming together. Him playing with all the children of the community, holding events to create community. Fucking A. So I didn't write a review. I won't be contacting the Better Business Bureau. If the bank decides to not further pursue it, I'm not going to either. Whatever my experience is with him, I'm choosing to see it as an isolated event. I didn't see anything else on his page that showed that. I didn't see a whole bunch of people just, fawning over him. But even if you're a dick, if you can bring community together, I'm just leave it alone. Just leave it alone. So I deleted the post. There's no need to continue any of that. There's none. And just because I wasn't heard, it's poor business practice, yes. But am I here to simply hold people to a business practice? Do I need to go out of my way to behave in a way that's justified by social standards, but is it in alignment with my integrity? I don't tear people down. That's not what I do. That's not who I am. I mean, really, some people might be like, oh, but he took your money. Okay, but here's the thing. I'm going to compromise my integrity for $29 a month. If it's something that I really needed to pursue, it would need to be an amount that would require actual legal action. Something that would justify the cost. So now it's kind of like, well, you know what? I gave him hell in one email. I did give him hell in one email. It was one email. And then I don't care if he lacks professionalism. I don't. I see a person who's able to value children, went out of his way to create opportunities for community to come together. So that's that. I learned something at the cost of $29 per month for several months. That was the cost of the lesson. I'd say it was a pretty good price. Pretty good price. Now, like I said, if my bank returns all that, then it returns all that. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. But I will not compromise any more of my integrity. And for anyone who tries to say, like, but oh my God, you already initiated it. You know what? His gym was not being run properly. It's my hope that our limited interaction will help him to make decisions that alter the way his business is run so that he never experiences it again with someone who is not like me, who would drag his business to the very end. I see it as mutually beneficial. You best believe I let him know, hey, you're not going to put this on me just because the staff you chose is not running your business properly. That's on you. You chose the staff, you trained them. Those are your protocols. And I think my harshly worded letter, it brought awareness for both of us. Both of us. That's mutually beneficial. Mutually beneficial. Okay? It's time for us to really use this period to focus on the person we're becoming. That was an invitation for me to revert back to a place that I've long since moved out of. A place within myself that felt like I had to be at war with everyone, silently or whatever. No. Everything's going to be fine. Well, because I said so. And I'm the one that speaks into being the way my life will be. I'm done speaking negatively. I'm wanting and needing change. I'm wanting and needing to be the change that will be projected out into my environment. And as my environment begins to reflect the changes that are buried deep inside me, I'll find the courage to allow that internal change to surface, to be witnessed by me, applied in my day-to-day life. And if there are people that need to be present that are not currently present in order for me to find the courage to realize where it is or whatever it is, then yes, it needs to happen. This is about owning your journey to the degree that it needs to be owned. And really, if something is not completely yours, then it's not completely yours. This entire life of mine is mine. Mine to do with as I choose. I'm manifesting something profound for myself. I don't know what it is. But I've started looking at homes again. And every time I look at homes, I end up moving. But I kind of wonder, am I looking at homes because it's somewhere I'm going to live? Or is it because it's somewhere I'm going to establish and build the soul sanctuary? There's other things that need my time, attention, and focus. I don't need to bicker with someone who lacks the ability to recognize the effect of their behavior. I don't need to be his teacher for that. I have big things that I need to put all my energy and focus into manifesting. Things that involve my soul purpose, things that involve soul-based connectivity, heart-based connectivity, an elevation of potentialities for all that I'm connected to. You guys, even if a war is raging, you don't have to take ownership of it. Take it from someone who, anytime there's a war raging, I throw myself right in the middle of that, whether or not I'm involved. No, people cannot fight. I need to be part of it to stop the fighting, to this, to that. No. People need to learn on their own terms what they need to learn with the people they choose to learn it with. The only thing I can control is me and what I choose. Whether I will improperly, irresponsibly use my free will to choose things that don't further what I need to further, or if I choose to submit to the will of soul and instead use my focus to what? To bring to fruition the most beautiful things that my soul could possibly create. And what would that be? I don't know, but I'm very excited to realize what it is as I observe it coming to life. Choose for yourself. What will you connect to? What will you allow to connect to you? Things that grow you, things that water your roots, encouraging you to go deeper into the soils of your truth, or things that cause root rot. Things that cause you to be nothing more than just a reflection of the toxicity that exists outside of you. I want to make it very clear. This is a decision I made. I don't feel intimidated whatsoever by this poor guy. At all. At all. I am well within my legalities to speak as much truth about my negative experience as I want. But in doing that, I'm speaking into my life negativity. And it's not that I'm trying to avoid all negativity. It's that I'm in the process of learning how important and powerful my attention is. So where will I direct it? The bringing to fruition of negativity, or the miraculous messianic manifestation of the first stages of humanity's evolution? I don't want to wait any longer. I don't want to wait for the next opportunity. It comes in cycles. Whatever you reject, if you need to learn it, it will circle back around. It will come back around to you. You can pause that learning if you want. That's up to you. Just know it increases in speed, velocity. So when it comes back around, it's going to be much more intense. I'm tired of my life knocking me down because I keep choosing to allow it to come back around. No, no. I'm facing it head on. And then what? I'm hopping on that rocket and we're taking it all the way. All the way where? All the way to wherever we're supposed to go together. That's where. My energy is for conscious creation. It's no longer just for co-creating mediocre human experiences. Allow yourself to ripen just a little bit more. Go from co-creating mediocrity to consciously creating. That means you're going from thinking you need other people to do this with you in order for it to happen, and entering into a space where you realize you can create it yourself. It'd be nice if people joined in, though. It would. Things are always more fun when there's company, right? So it's the same thing as allowing your faith, your hope to mature and ripen into a state of knowing, where you no longer have to ask something outside of you to make something happen for you. Instead, you exist with a knowing. When I do it, it will happen. I just have to pick what to do now. Pick carefully. We're in a manifestation cycle. Pick carefully. Don't just think of manifesting love. Don't just think of manifesting money, power. Be specific. For example, I want to manifest a love connection that helps to empower and heal me in such a way that I feel even more whole, and I can reach a level of realization that their presence is simply enjoyable for me. They don't have to help me heal myself because I'll already feel whole and healed. You want to manifest money? It's not enough. It's not enough. So what would I say? I want to manifest a type of wealth that's generational. One where my children won't need to worry about financial stability and will have the opportunity and the comfort to be able to cultivate all their gifts so they too can be a gift to humanity. I want to manifest a type of wealth that will empower me to change the world, all because I choose to. I want the type of money that I can provide health care for everyone for free. I'm going to manifest that type of money. It's part of my destiny. Why is that a part of my destiny? Because that's what my soul decided. Finally, at a point where I agree. That's just that. That's called alignment. No, has nothing to do with being money hungry. Has everything to do with realizing all the things that I was told and taught and coerced into believing and integrating into my truth. They were all part of the draconian lies to keep me and my people enslaved. Y'all are my people. Of course, they want you to see money as the root of all evil. Why? So long as you reject it, you will continue to be enslaved by it. I'm not there anymore. I'm now at a place where, yes, ching, ching, ching goes the money tree. And no, it's not so that I can keep it. It's so that I have enough to take care of even more people. And no, I don't share what I do online. I do it face to face. And no, they don't know my name. I feed those who are hungry. I listen to those who need to be heard. That's for me. That's not for clout. There's no spreadsheet. That's for me. And the beautiful thing about this period I'm entering into, this period is nothing but a catalyst, okay? This period that I'm entering into will allow me to do that on such a huge scale that I'll need to have employees to help me do it. Mm. Mm. That makes me really happy. That makes me really happy that not only will I be able to take care of people who can't take care of themselves, I'll be able to take care of people who deserve to be taken care of because they want to take care of other people too. Oh, the world is changing. That event horizon, once you enter into it, you can't stop it. You just can't. We're all approaching some type of event horizon. You choose what that is. What are you being hurtled towards? A superficial connection with someone, something profound. Which one? This profound connection, is it going to be the very thing that grows you compassionately, or is it going to trigger you to the degree that you have to be deconstructed and that's the only way you can grow? You choose. You choose. Queen of Hearts, you're definitely going to be there because we need to have horses. We need to. We need to have horses and a whole bunch of other things. And I don't know how to take care of horses. I just know they're obsessed with me. I'm not even joking. They love to come to me for some reason. Even if they don't like people, they like to come to me and drape their head over my shoulder and squish me. Squish me between their chin and their neck. I don't know what it means, but I assume it's love. Does that mean they love you? Like, so this is me, right? I'm facing the horse. This is the horse. It'll drape its head over my shoulder and then squish me like this. And then rub my back like this. And I'm like, oh, it hurts. You know? And they won't let me go. What does that mean? That means they like me, right? It's either that or they're trying to break me. I don't know. Maybe they think I'm a living plushie. I don't know. But that's what they do. They're hugging me. Okay, that's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking. So, yes. But you guys, I'm not the only one with this type of soul purpose. I'm not. Remember, we're reflections of each other. Allow all the parts that you need to construct what needs to be constructed, to find its way to you. The beautiful thing about creation is we are all connected by a red string of destiny to those that we need to stay connected with in this lifetime. That is a string that brings them into your life when they need you, when you need them. Okay? So let it happen. Let it happen. Let it be the thing that helps you to understand the gravity of who and what you are. All right? Yeah, they squish me into their chest and then I don't know. I'm just like, you're gonna break me. I'm delicate. You guys, life is very beautiful. Even when there's struggles, even when there's ugliness, life is very beautiful. If you're too busy looking for ugly things, that's all you're going to see. Now, of course, you have to be aware of the ugliness, the blockages, the booby traps that are being placed before you. Yes, you need an awareness of that. You don't need to ignore that and pretend it doesn't exist. But you don't need to make those things your entire existence. Find that beautiful balance. I'll give you a life hack. If you put your effort into being centered, you will naturally have balance. If you put your effort into balancing, you will fail to realize how far off center you are, and you will spend all your time, energy, and focus in trying to maintain a balance that is impossible. So shift, allow, learn about balance by stacking rocks. No joke. Stack rocks and see See how it's the most beautiful analogy for your life, for you, for what you're going through, what you've been through, all of that. Okay. Please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe, turn on that notification bell, and join me when I'm live. If you are listening to this podcast via a podcast app, please interact with the track, share it out, do whatever we need to do to spread the word, to get awareness of my work out there as much as possible. You guys will be seeing me change quite a bit over the next few weeks. I'm putting to rest the part of me that was nothing but a coping mechanism. It's time for me to return back to my center. A lot of my joking around, it's my way of coping. It's my way of masking. If I keep you too busy laughing, you won't be paying attention to what's actually going on. And I'm exiting that. Don't get me wrong, I'm still sarcastic. That's an integral part of my attitude. It just is. I can't stay stuck there anymore. I got to live up to what I'm made to do, which is raise awareness, reunify, empower in such a way that it's not only a few people who will resonate. I know how to behave myself. I just choose not to. I needed to experience that for a little bit. I needed to know that I'm still lovable even when I'm behaving poorly. And you guys helped me to learn that. Took a couple years. No joke. It did take a couple years. I'm slowly coming back. I'm going to focus a lot more on that over the next few weeks. And I plan to show up in the most powerful way possible. As a whole person devoid of any more coping mechanisms that prevent you from seeing the truth of my gravity. I'll get there. Not because I have to, not because I'm forced to, but because I deserve to live centered once again. And I hope that inspires you to take stock of where you've come, where you are now, where you're headed, and allow yourself the freedom to shift and grow. Okay? Oh, the sarcasm's not going away permanently, you know? It just, there's going to be a rebalancing. So I want to make it known in advance. I'm not suddenly trying to be a newscaster. I still have ratchet running through my veins. Okay? I still have fuck out of here going through the arteries. We're still going to have fun. But you're also going to see me shift and return back to a place of center where it's not just fun. Sometimes it'll be hard work. Sometimes it'll be easy work. All the time it will be work for family. We are family. So it's going to happen. It's already in the process. I'm speaking it into being. This is what I'm manifesting for myself over the next few weeks. I am now my priority, and I will not be shaken from that again. I hope you guys become your priority as well. Your growth is necessary. I need you to do the work that you need to do over the next few weeks, because I want you to develop the stamina that you need to continue going with me. We're going to be sprinting hella far. By summer, you'll begin to see tangible proof of the gravity of what I'm here to do. No more playing small. No more trying to hide and reduce the numbers of people who are drawn to me. Mark my words. By summer, you'll begin to see tangible proof. Undeniable. That's not ego-based. That's giving you a heads up so that you understand you're part of the foundation. Hey, you ain't getting rid of me. I'm just saying. Okay. You part of that foundation. Understand the gravity that you hold in my life and the gravity that you hold for all of humanity, even if they don't know it yet. It's okay. So, guys, I'll see y'all tomorrow, Sunday, 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'll do expedites then. If you're interested in being part of the 222 portal, 222 2022 portal, look for that. I'm going to post it on my website. I'm also going to post it on all my social media and stuff. So you'll be able to see that. If you're interested in joining me for exclusive chats, exclusive content, I be getting real nitty gritty, talking about all sorts of gritty things in these exclusive chats. Check out my other website, thesoulsanctuary.love. You can join the membership there and you'll have immediate access to exclusive content. A lot of my pages will be changing very soon. A lot of things will be rearranged so that the important things are not buried by the coping things. You guys are amazing. Thank you for being the soil that my roots are living in. You guys are amazing. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, everyone.